welcome to our championship game in Division 3. It's number 1 Franklin against number 2 Reseda. We're at El Camino College in Torrance, California. Hello everybody, my name is Randy Rosenblum. I'll call the action along with Mike Carney, former All-Pro fullback in the NFL. Mike, I love this matchup. We have Reseda that likes to run the football and Franklin that throws it.
Yeah, Reseda is ground and pound. You're going to see a lot of running the football, very little passing. Franklin out the gate, 4 wide receivers throwing it all over the field. No matter how we draw this thing up, Randy, it's going to be a great matchup.
You know, when Franklin throws the football, they're going to have to go up against one of the great defensive backs in all of California. In number 2, Jelani Ellison. He is superb.
He really is. 15 interceptions this year, 6 return for touchdowns. He's also a very dynamic player on offense. Also, we'll see him in the fly sweep in the run game. This guy, a lot of attention will be on him today.
He had 2 interceptions of 70 and 63 yards for scores just last week in the semifinals in a 37-0 win over Hollywood. Then there's the other 2. David Tejas, the face of the program at Franklin. He too does it in so many different ways, and he does it well.
Absolutely. But his measurables won't scare you, but his production will. Over 2,100 yards combined, receiving and rushing, as well as 20 touchdowns. This kid reminds me of a young Christian McCaffrey with what he's able to do on the offensive side of the ball for Franklin. Reseda, they better stop this kid. If not, it's going to be a long day for them.
Should be a lot of fun. Neither one of these teams have won a championship in many years. Will it be the Panthers or will it be the Regents? We'll find out next. 64 degrees just before kickoff in Torrance, California for number 2 Reseda in top-ranked Franklin in our Division 3 championship game. There's the tail of the tape. You got it. Pretty similar, right? Reseda 11-2, Franklin 12-1, both averaging well over 30 a game. Defenses have been very solid as well. How about Franklin only allowing 12.5 points per outing? The Reseda coach, Alonzo Ariola, in his 11th year.
Yeah, and the majority of his coaches are ex-players and graduates. It's a family affair at the Regents.
Alonzo was a terrific player when he was at Reseda High School, and there's Narciso Diaz in his 3rd year. He was a tremendous quarterback at Franklin, twice All-City. So we have a couple coaches performing for their alma mater, looking to get a championship in D3. Narciso's team will air it out. They're a spread attack. They'll throw it 30 or 40 times. But we're going to first see Reseda in that ground and pound game.
And that's what I'm excited to see. But who will start at quarterback? That's the question I have. Zach Almora or Mike Martin? One throws it better than the other one runs it better. So your hunch this week, Mike Martin might be starting out this game because of the way he likes to run the football.
Yeah, he's a young man that had an 80-yard touchdown a week ago against Hollywood. Santiago has it on the tee. Jelani Ellison is back deep. They kick away from Ellison. Kick it out of bounds. Leo Morales watched it go out of bounds. No question that Franklin is going to kick the football away from number 2 when they have an opportunity to do that. As you see the green and white of Reseda. We're going to have a re-kick on the procedure. Franklin in the blue and white. Franklin the top seed in the division. And these teams kind of thought they'd play each other at the end of the tunnel. They knew at the end of the season they had to matriculate through the playoffs, but they felt all along that they would hook up in this championship game. And there's Jelani Ellison. So quick, so talented, and very dangerous.
This is the ultimate playmaker. Both sides of the ball, and even in the return game, you got to watch out if you kick it to him. But as you said, I don't think they're going to kick it his way.
The game comes naturally to Jelani Ellison. He's back there with Leo Morales again. This time the kick comes from the 35-yard line. And it's directed to Morales at the 17. Gets a block from Ellison, and Morales out across the 35 to the 37-yard line. Justice Kennard with the tackle. There's your quarterback, no surprise, the junior Mike Martin. The percentage won't wow you, but his ability to run will.
Yeah, 799 yards rushing, combined 998 yards. Not much of a passer. As we saw, his completion percentage is pretty low, but Coach Ariola talking in the pregame, we know he's going to run the football today.
Ellison and Perales wide to the right. And it is Martin breaking tackles and going out to the 44-yard line. Daniel Rodriguez, the linebacker, made the stop. Lorini is the feature running back. Ellison, we've talked about. Mejia is a gifted tight end, very good blocker. Offensive line is led by Louis Hernandez, a 4-year starter who has 28 pancake blocks this year. Second down and 4. Handoff up the middle. No running room for Lorini. Hit by Austin Mejia. Mejia is well over 300 pounds. He's also a terrific first baseman on the baseball squad. Linebackers led by Eric Nolasco. Over 100 tackles the last 2 years. And in the secondary, there's Tejas. But Daniel Solis is a very good man in that secondary as well, the right cornerback who's come up big all season long. Third down, call it 1. Martin breaks a tackle, has a first down to the 50-yard line. Beautiful job by Mike Martin.
Absolutely, and his second, third effort gets him across the yard to gain. Gonna fake the handoff. It's just a quarterback keeper off that left side. Missed tackle there by Daniel Solis. And Mike Martin moves the chains.
Reseda's 11-2. Their only losses are to San Fernando and Silmar in the Valley Mission League, and those are D1 teams. Remember, this is the Division III championship game. Ball rusting at midfield. So in the first 2 minutes, Reseda establishing that ground attack. Martin to throw on first down for Ellison. 15, 10, 5. He walks in. A 50-yard touchdown for Jelani Ellison.
Well, 35% completion this year by Mike Martin, not known to throw the football. Today, 1 for 1, 100%. That's all that matters. Going up top to Jelani Ellison. David Tejas on the coverage. This is the matchup I wanted to see. Ellison just finds a way to track down the football, catch it, and get himself in the end zone. And the Regents strike first.
Big man on campus with the big play. Sandoval fails on the point after, so it remains 6-0. Mike Martin going up top, the junior quarterback, with a beautiful throw to Jelani Ellison. And it's number 2 seeded Reseda that strikes first in the air. Reseda strikes first in our Division III city final. 50-yard touchdown pass, Mike Martin to Jelani Ellison. And it was a thing of beauty.
It really was, and who would have thought? Mike Martin dropping back to pass, not known to do that much this year, but worked out beautifully on that first series of plays for Reseda.
It's Franklin's turn to get the football. Of course, David Tejas is the featured player. There he is, number 2. And he is very, very dangerous. Sandoval advancing on the ball. And they pitch it back to Tejas. Tejas is cut down at the 20-yard line. Martin got down there. But it was Altieri that made the stop, number 5. But I was impressed. Mark Martin, the quarterback slash guy in the secondary, got down there on that special.
He really did. Your starting quarterback just threw a touchdown. Goes down and makes a tackle for you and puts your defense in a great situation.
Sensational numbers for Mario Bobadilla. Over 3,000 yards. And you love it, 32 touchdown passes to only 7 interceptions. And he's rushed for 14 scores. 4 wides, Tejas, Solis, Santiago, and Cordova, and they're all good. Bobadilla airing it out. Wanted Cordova. Here's the starting lineup. And again, those 4 wide receivers are gifted. Guillermo Cordova's been injured much of the year. He caught 112 passes last year. Offensive line, there's Austin Mejia, over 300 pounds. They have 2 300-pounders up front. Rodriguez is exactly 300 bills. There's Mario Bobadilla, the 2-year starter. Started his high school career at Roosevelt. Transferred to Franklin. He's had a distinguished career. Second down and 10 is a run play. And it is Martin Hurtado who has rushed for 8 touchdowns this year. Mejia and Altieri are outstanding defensive ends. The linebackers are led by Saucedo. He has close to 100 tackles, 95 to be exact. There's Ellison on one corner. But the other corner, William Zuniga, has been very consistent as well. And oh yes, Mike Martin's a safety. He's everywhere. 3rd and 7, 3 minutes into the game for the Franklin Panthers, down by 6-0. Inside screen to Cordova, and Cordova has a first down.
Underneath wide receiver screen to Cordova. They pump fake out to the left. Bobadilla comes back right. Gets behind that big offensive line. Nice blocking up front by them. First down, Franklin.
Eric Nolasco, left guard, with a beautiful block downfield.
Yeah, absolutely. And the offensive line's big in the screen game. It's just as important in the run game as well.
Belmont won this division last year. They had a magnificent season and lost in the state, but did win Division III. Handoff right up the middle. And that's Hurtado crossing the 40-yard line. Martin Hurtado, a punishing running back who runs downhill.
Well, he's right behind Tejas as leading rusher. 593 yards. Right now running in between the tackles for Franklin. I like the philosophy early offensively.
Second down and 3 after Martin runs for 7. Martin Hurtado is a very good football player. Tejas touches, and he can scamper. Breaks tackles, David Tejas. A first down out across the 45 to the 46-yard line.
Watching his tape this week, it just, you see plays like this time and time again. Makes a guy miss, spins out of it. He's very hard to tackle in the open field, and when you need a big play, you need to get a first down, David Tejas is your man.
So smart. All-city center fielder in baseball. They went to Dodger Stadium in the Division II City Baseball final last year, Franklin, and lost to Eagle Rock. But it was Tejas who was patrolling center field at Chavez Ravine. First down. Hurtado for maybe 2. Leo Perales, the strong safety there he is, number 22, greeted him, a very dependable football player.
So far here early, get behind that right side of the offensive line for Franklin. Yvonne Jimenez, 5'8", 205, but Austin Mejia, 6'4", 330. Paving the way early here in this game.
Yeah, when you watch a baseball game at Franklin and you see Austin Mejia at first base, he's hard to miss at 6'4" and 330. Bobadilla can run into Reseda territory to the 48-yard line. About 3 yards shy of the first down.
Smart play by Bobadilla.
Yeah.
Pulling it down. Blanket coverage in the back end. Nowhere to go with the football vertically. Takes off and creates a manageable third down.
Third, we'll call it 4. Reseda struck with a 50-yard touchdown pass to Jelani Ellison. Franklin's first try, and they're into Reseda territory. It's like Bobadilla and the offense looking to change the call. And they got a timeout called before the delay. So a timeout taken by the Panthers.
What's that spread offense? Look to the sideline. Sometimes head coaches can't get the call on fast enough.
We're going to step out. We'll come back for the big 3rd and 4 for the Franklin Panthers. Trailing early in this one, 6-0. Reseda hits with a big play early, a 50-yard touchdown pass to Ellison. Here it's 3rd and 4 for the Franklin Panthers. Tejas is the motion man. Bobadilla adjusts and throws downfield. Solis has a first down inside the 40-yard line, and you had to love the composure of Mario Bobadilla.
Under duress. I think he's sacked right here. He's looking left right away and just wings it out there to Solis, who's wide open. Missed tackle, first down, another missed tackle. What a play by Bobadilla, keeping his eyes down the field, knowing where his receivers are on the field.
And you just love this receiving corps. Tejas, Solis, Santiago, and Cordova. 4 excellent targets for Bobadilla. First down, the Regent's 38-yard line. For Cordova with a flag down. Working against William Zuniga, who's probably going to pick up the interference ticket.
You can see this, anytime you get that back hand across the back there, they're going to call it. You see it right there. Zuniga.
That's Craig Becker, longtime official in the LA City section. Former softball coach at Kennedy High School in Granada Hills, and he led Kennedy to a city title as the coach. And after the foul, it's a first down for Franklin. In the red zone to the 18-yard line. Looking to answer the Regent score. Bobadilla for Tejas, and it's underthrown and picked off by Mike Martin. Mike Martin down the sideline. Martin's on his way. Only Bobadilla can get him. He gets away from Bobadilla, and he's inside the 5. Santiago came over to make a great tackle, or he would have scored. What a play by Mike Martin.
It is truly Mike Martin's day so far in this game.
There is a flag down.
Reseda knows defensively. Trap coverage. Mike Martin playing that free safety, comes over the top. Bobadilla stares down his intended target, Tejas, and their big return after. Got a penalty flag, but what a huge play by Mike Martin.
It is Reseda football. The foul was on the return, and there's the guy. Now he's got to catch his breath. How about the play by Santiago? It looked like Bobadilla was the last man standing. Martin gets by Bobadilla, and Santiago runs across the field and made a tremendous tackle, chasing down Mike Martin.
Huge difference in field position from that standpoint.
I'll say they were all the way down to the 4-yard line of Franklin. Regents now begin from their 14. What's that, 82 yards difference on the penalty? 82 yards the difference because of the illegal block. But either way, Martin with a brilliant interception on that ball intended for Tejas.
And really for Franklin, it just becomes a failed possession with the penalty bringing it all the way back. So now you got a long field to go. So Franklin's still in this thing early, even not putting their best foot forward.
But the good news for Reseda is they stopped Franklin in the red zone. First down, 14-yard line. Flags are out. We'll pick up the flag. Reseda has taken a timeout, so they do pick up the yellow flag. It'll be 1st and 10, and really that timeout, probably a breather for Mike Martin. But let's go back to Martin's spectacular interception and return.
Well, Mike Martin's playing the middle of the field. He's going right now pre-snap. He knows where Bobadilla is going with this football. Great job cutting it off, becoming the receiver, and then becoming the athlete and runner that he is at the quarterback position. Making a huge impact in this game. Penalty brings that big return all the way back for Reseda, but in their favor here early.
Just a remarkable effort, though, by Leo Santiago to chase him down, because when he got by Bobadilla, and I mentioned it before, looked like he was gone. How about Mike Martin, offensively and defensively? An early standout for the Reseda Regents. Last time Reseda won a city title was back in 1995. Their head coach was the late Joel Schaefer. They've won 2 titles. Schaefer won one back in 1986 as well. And they'll run with it. That's where they make their hay, their bread and butter.
And we saw already with Mike Martin throwing a touchdown pass. This offense will lull you to sleep with the run game. 2, 3, 4 yards, maybe no gain. Then they'll take a shot throw. Ariella told us that in the pregame. He'll come out and we'll take a shot throw every once in a while. It worked already to Ellison for a touchdown. But just continue to see the same thing here for the Regents offensively.
Leo Perales, number 22, lined up in the backfield. They split him out as well. Another timeout. Second one utilized by Reseda. So they were crossed up there.
I don't know what's going on up in the booth. I don't know if Ariella talking to his coaches didn't like what he saw. He had to call another timeout. Hate to burn too early in the game, first half.
Well, the resume for the Regents, great record. 3rd in the Valley Mission League, in that they were in that league with 2 D1 teams, San Fernando and Silmar. During the playoffs, dominant over Marshall, West Adams, and a very good Hollywood Sheep team. That's 120 to 19 if you add up points for and points against. That's dominance.
Yeah, it really is. And looking at the scores of what they do offensively, run the football, it's a high-scoring contest that they've had in the offensive output in running the football. You'd think with the scores that high, be a lot of throwing, but that's not what they do. They like to run the football more, even though we see Mark Martin already throw a touchdown pass.
Flare out to Perales, incomplete.
Justice Kennard here, and this is where you get, even throwing the ball east and west here when you're backed up, that's really tricky, trying to get the swing pass. Kennard, outside linebacker position in this 3-4 defense, very headsy play by him.
Nearly had the touchdown into and out of his hands. Young man with 12 sacks this year. Fast and normally commands a double team. Boy, that was very close to an easy walk-in touchdown for Kennard. 3rd and 9. This is where Reseda doesn't want to be, behind the chains. Martin rolling and throwing. Tipped away, incomplete. Cordova with a terrific defensive effort. Covering a lot of ground. Knocking
Coach
it
Diaz
away from Hernandez.
And Coach Diaz for Franklin said, we got to win on 1st and 2nd down and make them throw the football in 3rd and long. Executed perfectly there by Cordova and getting a punting situation out of Reseda.
Sandoval to punt it away, and here's where David Tejas normally comes into play, that dangerous kick returner. Short kick, a favorable roll, and Tejas has to move away from the football, and it's all the way down to the 40-yard line of Franklin. Sandoval with a nice punt.
Flipping the field, that's what you got to be able to do for your offense and give your defense a chance. How about this early, though? Some fireworks, big touchdown, throw, penalty, some big plays by Franklin's defense here as of late. And that's what they need to continue to do defensively against Reseda's offense.
Bobadilla picked for only the 8th time this year when he threw downfield to Tejas in that opening drive. There are the wonderful numbers on Mario Bobadilla. His younger brother Alfred Bobadilla is a freshman on the varsity team and figures to be the starting quarterback the next 3 years. 1st and 10 at the 40. They fake to Tejas and they run with Hurtado, and he's hit for a loss. Terrific penetration from DeMarco Altieri, the junior defensive end.
Yeah, 6'3", 180 pounds, 59 tackles, 7 sacks, 3 forced fumbles, 2 fumble recoveries. High motor guy off that edge. Gonna need a lot more of that type of effort from him today.
2nd down at 11. Of course, the battle cry for that defense is get to the quarterback. Make Mario Bobadilla uncomfortable. And so far, I think Reseda's done that. They put some pressure on Bobadilla. 2nd and 11. And here's that pressure again, and down he goes. Navarrete, Kevin Navarrete, the outside linebacker.
Excellent job by Navarrete. He's coming hot off the corner here. Blitz engages, gets Bobadilla for a big sack here. Nice job by Navarrete and this Regent's defense.
Well, the defense got the message. Put the pressure on Mario Bobadilla. Third down. Franklin needs 21. Under 3 minutes to play, opening quarter. Cordova, near side, out to the 33, but he's far short of the first down.
It's 3rd and San Diego for Franklin offensively.
Well, they're headed in the right direction. He threw it towards San Diego.
Yeah. I mean, you're so far behind the chains, you don't have much to do there. Bobadilla is your punter offensively.
Fourth down, and Bobadilla will punt. Ellison fields at his 35. Jelani across the 45. Give him 12 yards on the return. Jelani Ellison, an excellent field position for Reseda. Here's a look at Carlos Hernandez, who's the top running back for Reseda. Hurt his knee last week and obviously is unavailable to play. He's also their leading tackler on defense as a linebacker.
Yeah, good two-way player for them, 915 yards rushing. Unfortunate that he got injured. Like to have him in this championship game, but he'll be there in support on the sideline for his teammates. I know that.
He's got to love what he's seen from his teammates early in this game. Regents by 6 points, 6-0. Ellison on the fly sweep. Jelani Ellison's off to the races. Jelani Ellison, touchdown. 53 yards for Ellison.
We talked about it in the opening. The fly sweep in the run game. Jelani Ellison, just a big-time playmaker. Nice block by 24. Larini sealing it. Jelani Ellison gets in the open field, and just the athlete that he is, the speed, not going to catch him.
Well, he had touchdowns of 70 and 63 against Hollywood in the semis. On the defensive side, here another bobble. It's picked up, but he's ruled down, so I don't believe that's going to be able to be advanced, and it isn't. Navarrete picked it up and was running toward the end zone, but his knee was down. So it remains 12-0. Well, the offense looks good. The kicking unit having its trials and tribulations. Jelani Ellison has been fabulous.
Oh, he's been everything he's hyped up to be, this player. I mean, look at him at the cornerback position, 15 interceptions, 6 returns for touchdowns. Today it's been all about offense for him. Just a fly sweep, simple play. Larini makes a block, and it's just, where's the defense of Franklin? Where's the pursuit? It's not there. A guy like this and the ball in his hand, you've got to be able to bring him down.
Well, Alonzo Ariola in his 11th year has to love what he's seen so far. He's getting big plays. Touchdown in the air, 50 yards to Ellison, and the 53-yard run by Jelani for a score. And top-ranked Franklin in this division is down by 12 points early, and there's David Tejas. And at any time, he can break one. Just under 2 minutes to play opening quarter. Tejas will return the line drive kick to the 36-yard line. Well, the Franklin resume, their only loss is to Lincoln in the Northern League. They lost in overtime. It was a game that they were way behind, rallied to tie, and lost at Lincoln. In the playoffs, big wins. They were tested against number 4 Chavez and pulled away late.
Just an offensive explosion for this team all season long. 418 yards total offense. As we already know, a lot of it comes from the passing game with 255 yards, 163 on the ground.
They won't panic, down by 12. Pass near side, Tejas. Across the 40, runs out to the 44-yard line. Pickup of 8.
Getting the ball in David Tejas' hands, that's what they need to do more here early in the game. Hasn't seen much. We had that early screen, underneath screen to him, but look for him to get the ball more here.
Another pass to Tejas. Watch out here. He can really go. David Tejas is running down the sideline and out of bounds near the 20-yard line. So Tejas, the senior, who is so good in the open field with that cutback ability.
And there's the scary production we knew about him, learning about him this week. Look at his moves in the open field. Missed tackle there by Ellison. Got to be able to bring him down out of bounds. That's too late with a huge gain for Franklin.
Great year, counting for 20 touchdowns and better than 2,000 yards. First down at the 22. Hurtado right up the middle and busts it down to the 16-yard line. Navarrete with the tackle.
And the pass in this offense sets up the run. They've had some success here early in the first quarter with this running in between the tackles with Navarrete. Hurtado, excuse me, but gonna have to continue to run the football like that to be a complement to the passing game.
Inside of a minute to play opening quarter. Panthers are threatening. Down by 12 points. Bobadilla, beautiful ball fake. And he runs it for a first down. That was a terrific
It
read.
really was. Nice job of reading the in. Fake it to Hurtado, and look at that open up. I think you and I could have fit through there, Randy, on that hole. It was a great blocking up front by the offensive line, and he's a dual threat quarterback. We've seen what he can do throwing the football. He can hurt you with the legs.
He really can. And again, he's rushed for 14 touchdowns this year. First down and goal at the 8. Again, they run with Hurtado with a flag out. Thrown in the holding zone, and that's ominous for Franklin. Second time they visited the red zone, and they were denied the first time when Bobadilla was picked off. Craig Becker will give us the call. Chop block. That'll back up the Panthers. Final 17 seconds to the quarter. That takes it back outside the 20 to the 23. And it is first and goal. So So this won't be easy for Franklin. Bobadilla looking to throw it. Hemmed in and dropped for a 3-yard loss. He was looking downfield and there was nobody available. Uriel Mejia, the defensive end, tackled him. What a first quarter for Martin and Ellison and Reseda. And number 2 leads number 1 after 12 minutes. Well, next week, see who will advance to the CIF State Bowl Championships in Sacramento. Friday at 7:30, it's the Division I AA Championship live on Spectrum Sportsnet LA. Then on Saturday, we'll bring you the Division 1A Championship at 7:30 live on Spectrum Sportsnet. Check local listings and don't miss a snap. Procedure call. Be a false start on the Panthers. They've really struggled early on in the red zone.
Yeah, they have, and they're getting down in the red zone. They're just not finding a way to punch it in yet. Big plays by Reseda so far in this game. But Franklin, I like the way they're moving the football, mixing it up pass run. Right now, kryptonite for them in the red zone.
We're always a little leery of kryptonite. If it can stop Superman, it can stop anyone, right? I know Superman has been Jelani Ellison. Here's a pass to Santiago, and he's chopped down at the 29-yard line. Terrific play by Jelani Ellison.
That's what he
that
does so well.
17-year-old junior is terrific.
He's something else. Coverage. Watch him come up. They're blitzing from the field there. Watch him come up low and wrap up. That's tough for corners to do. There's not very many corners that can tackle as well as Jelani Ellison does.
And you know, Franklin's not stretching the field. They're throwing the short ball, and those corners can come up and cheat. Yeah, they can, and they're reading that, and that's why they're able to come up and make the tackles that they are. 3rd down and goal from the 29. Bobadilla needs to protect the football here. Reseda's played terrific defense in this first half when they've had to. Better protection for Tejas. Got it. What a catch. Touchdown, David Tejas. Fingertip grab.
Big play written all over him. He is the staple of this offense. They go up top. It's a double move by David Tejas. Bobadilla not thinking twice about getting this ball to him. Drops it in there. And what a catch by David Tejas.
Well, he's a center fielder, right? It looked like Willie Mays with the basket catch. David Tejas. And it's a 12-6 game. Leo Santiago, one of those receivers, also the kicker. Bobadilla is the holder. And that kick is perfect. It's a 12-7 game. Thanks to Bobadilla to Tejas.
Yeah, looking right, coming back left. They're working this slant corner. Look at him track the ball. Unreal. What a player David Tejas is. And a score that Franklin desperately needed to get themselves in this game. And they finally capitalized in the red zone.
How about 3rd and 29 and they convert? And there's Bobadilla with his 33rd touchdown pass of the year. And deuces are wild with Ellison and Tejas. Well, they had not stretched the field until that big play.
Well, the pass protection has been solid, specifically on that play. Giving them time, Bobadilla. He's been under duress, made some throws. But taking the shot throw, Tejas, there he is. 5'8", 149, 50 pounds. Doesn't scare you. But what he's able to do in his playmaking ability, that scares you.
And he deserves some refreshments on the sideline. He looks exhausted. Here's the short kick. Zuniga came up and played it. Little Little pooch kick. Those are not easy to field. And number 15 was there, and so is number 40. That's Munguia. Here comes Martin back on. At the 42-yard line is where they'll spot it. That's funny. The coach, Alonzo Arreola, said to us, Mike Martin gives us the best chance to win. He'd been alternated at quarterback with Zach Almora all season long, and so far, Alonzo's picked the right guy. Martin's been terrific. Handoff. Larini bouncing outside, tripped up at the 45-yard line. Mitchell Berry came up and made the tackle. There's Almora, who has come in, and he's the throwing quarterback of the two. See if he stays out there. He will. He's getting some thoughts from his head coach. Bring back the play. There are the numbers on Zach Almora. Understands their offense, manages the team exceedingly well. Also gives Martin a breather, who's going on both sides of the line of scrimmage. Larini with a quick hitter. Not a whole lot there.
Running the football, that's what they're going to do, even with Almora in there. Even though he's the more consistent passer than Mike Martin. Bringing him in, kind of changing some things up, and as you mentioned, with Mike Martin going both ways, give him the breath of fresh air on the sideline.
You sense a little pickup here, a little momentum swing toward Franklin after that big touchdown pass to Tejas of 29 yards. Almora hitting 52% of his passes this year. He's thrown 10 touchdown passes. 3rd and 5. We have an official's timeout for the moment. And Reseda with another timeout.
Ariel's not very happy. Hands in the air. Looking at Almora saying, hey.
Well, we're going to step out. Reseda's got a 3rd down and 5. Good field position, but their lead has shrunk to 5. A good one in the Division III final. David Tejas, I think he's exhausted. It's not hot, but he's just putting out so much. He's giving it his all, and he's tired on that sideline. 3rd down and 5. Almora to the air. And an accurate throw to Jelani Ellison. Who else? And a 1st down.
High percentage throw to Jelani Ellison there. Get to the sticks. Get to your landmark. Nice throwing football there by Almora. Protection solid up front, giving him the time. But a very simple throw by Almora.
So far, Alonzo Arreola is making the right calls. He started Martin, who is terrific. He brings in Almora, who completes a big pass. They'll run it. Larini inside the 45, and he's tripped up there by Leo Santiago, the strong safety.
They fake that fly sweep to Ellison. It's kind of like a decoy, and then give it back up the middle to Larini. That works too.
Well, Andre Larini had 73 yards and a 25-yard touchdown run in the win against Hollywood when he came in for the injured Carlos Hernandez, who is their top ball carrier, but he's out today with that bad knee. And we saw him earlier on the sideline cheering his team on at Reseda. Play fake by Almora. He wants the deep ball. It's up for grabs and knocked away by Cordova.
It's a shot throw by Almora. Play action going up top. Put some air on this football. Allows the receiver Perales, but even better coverage by Cordova, knocking that ball down.
He's surprised that we've seen Reseda throw it as much as we have.
It's shocking to me, from talking to coach in the pregame to doing all the prep this week for this game. I thought it was just going to be phone booth football, backing it down and running every single play. But they've been doing a little bit more and being a little bit more creative in the passing game.
And that's
what I think they're used to
for the Franklin defense. 3rd down and 6. Incomplete. Intended for Mike Martin, playing wide receiver.
Another play, actually trying to get a little screen to Martin. You see the wide receiver got to catch that ball. I don't think there was nothing there even if he caught that ball. Wyman trying to get out there to get in front. Weren't able to get out there. It would have been a no gain, if anything at all.
There's Martin. Ball was thrown high. It wasn't an easy catch. 4th down, and Sandoval, the punt, directs it away from Tejas. And does a wonderful job. That's a terrific punt, and it'll be a very long field for the Franklin Panthers. Our Division III city final, just under 8 minutes to play. First half. With Mike Carney, I'm Randy Rosenblum. Hope you're enjoying it. Some big plays early, and the stars are shining.
They are, and really Franklin offensively, they've settled down from that last series. They're able to march the ball down the field with some run, mix some pass, take some shot throws, getting David Tejas more involved, and I would imagine that's the blueprint for the rest of the afternoon for them offensively.
This renovated stadium at El Camino College is gorgeous. Lovely sight for 3 city finals today. LA and Hawkins in the Division II, and then the D1 game, Narbonne and Dorsey. Bobadilla back to the air for Santiago. Adjusting on the ball, and he makes a fine catch.
Back shoulder or just making a fantastic catch. Getting his body turned around, getting 1 foot in bounds. Nice job by Santiago.
Gain of 14 yards out to the 25. Leo Santiago came in with 57 receptions and 10 touchdowns. Wonderful numbers for the players on the flanks for Franklin. Pressure on Bobadilla. They blitzed, but he was able to move in that pocket and throw underneath and miss Daniel Solis. But we saw some escapability from Bobadilla, who was being harassed by Navarrete again.
He got him there. Reseda, Coach Ariola, and his defense bringing pressure from the boundary. It's a nice job getting it for Bobadilla. Not able to get this pass and complete it to Solis.
2nd down and 10. Kevin Navarrete is having a big game defensively for Reseda, the outside linebacker, and he was the one who was blitzing and harassed Bobadilla. Pressure again and incomplete. Little inside tunnel screen for Cordova, and Reseda, most of this first half, has gotten good pressure on number 11.
Well, they're dialing up the pressure more so now. I think they found out that's really what's going to work in throwing Bobadilla off his passing game. And that's what has really been the case here these last few plays for them defensively.
Reseda from the Valley Mission League. Franklin from the Northern League. Franklin co-champions of the Northern League with Lincoln. Reseda, the 3rd place team in the Valley Mission. Bobadilla throwing on the run. Got his man. First down out to the 43-yard line. Cordova showing the form that he flashed last year when he caught 112 passes.
Yeah, it's just a little sprint out to the left here to Cordova. Nice throw to Cordova, completes it. Big play, I think got a flag here. Might be marching him back, not sure.
Boy, that would hurt. It would wipe out a big play. Craig Becker says, a legal man downfield. It's coming back. How's that happen in that he was scrambling and moving to his left? It was the moving pocket. How does a guy come down the field illegally like that?
Difficult For a lineman, you got to know better. You know, by the way the play is drawn up, he is sprinting out. He's not going to run. He's trying to throw this football, and penalty flags. Any offense, drive killers. Didn't quite see it myself. Don't know where they're going to get the. I don't see it whatsoever. Maybe the backside here. Didn't quite see it myself.
Especially on a play that developed so quickly. Bobadilla pressured again. Tejas can't get to it at the 40-yard line, and he was streaking into the clear as he got behind Mike Martin.
Under duress, Bobadilla, outstanding job with his feet and keeping his eyes down the field, making it very difficult for Reseda's defense to bring him down. The throw just off the mark, trying to get it to David Tejas.
This offense is fun to watch.
It really is. I mean, they're just the mix-up of run, pass, but you know, as of late, have had some big plays, but the penalties have been what's hurt them on this series.
Yeah, the illegal man downfield disrupted the drive, and now it's punting time for Bobadilla. Mario will punt the football. And movement on the right side of the line. That'll cost the Panthers 5. 65 is Steve Gopar. It's funny to get the reaction of the fans when they come out. They don't realize that Bobadilla is the punter. Everyone says, are they going to go for it? No, he's going to.
Looks like a real offensive formation in shotgun.
Now he's going to go back and punt.
He's going to punt it. Yeah.
We don't want you to be alarmed at home. Wait a minute. He is going to go for it. He's going to run down the sideline. Let's see if he got upfield enough for the first down. What a gamble by Mario Bobadilla.
Yeah, he was going to punt. He just didn't like what he saw coming up that left side in the A gap by Reseda. He just takes off running. That's very unfortunate for Franklin.
Wow.
But a huge thing for Reseda.
Yeah, they take over on downs. Came up about 2 yards, maybe 3 yards shy of the first down, and the Regents forced the turnover. Bobadilla couldn't get that punt away, so he elected to run. And Reseda has terrific field position at the Franklin 30. Just above 7 minutes to play, opening half. Regents by 5. Almora to the air. Incomplete on the post pattern for Martin. Broken up by Cordova and Tejas.
Going up top to Mike Martin. Almora, protection pretty good. Double coverage. Look at Cordova go up at the highest point to get that ball down. Excellent cornerback play with the help of David Tejas.
And Mitchell Berry was also back there as well. There's Cordova, terrific two-way player. Second down and 10. And there's Mike Martin playing wide receiver. Again, he started the game at quarterback. Want to get your best athletes on the field. Fake the reverse. They go the counter to Perales, and it's well defended.
With the passes that we've seen completed here in the first half by Reseda. 2 weeks ago, they didn't even complete a pass at all in the first half, but this is what they are built to do, run the football. They try to get a misdirection to Perales. Nice stop by Franklin's defense.
Eric Cardoza, there he is. Third down and 9. Keep in mind here, Reseda took over at the 30-yard line, so the defense trying to make a big stop and get the ball back for the Panther offense. 6:20 to play, opening half. Bobbled by Almora, and he's going to get hit and dropped at the 30 by Austin Mejia. 6'4" and 330 pounds. Two-way player doing a good job.
Both ways. I don't know what Larini's trying to do. He put his hand on the football. Almora almost fumbles it away, but he has to secure it and just make something of it. Very unfortunate for Reseda.
4th down and 10. Out of field goal range. They've struggled with point afters with Ivan Sandoval, so you know they're going to go for it here. Ball just inside the 30. Almora has 3 on the flanks. And flags are out again. They may have taken too much time. They did.
This drives a head coach crazy when you got to delay a game, and somewhat of a miscommunication of getting the play to Almora from the sideline. Just can't have those.
You like the 2 quarterback system?
I do. I think it's been somewhat successful today for Reseda, but right now we're kind of seeing Reseda shooting themselves in the foot, if you will. Self-inflicted with some of these plays. Now a fourth down and long here.
They need 15. Pocket protection is good. Ball's up for grabs and incomplete. Again, Cordova with terrific defensive play on the ball intended for Leo Perales. And Franklin is held.
What you try to do is in a situation 4th down and long like that, you got to take a shot throw. There's nothing else you can do. It's in your playbook. Cordova, been excellent at the cornerback position here.
Well, Perales was out there, and Cordova blanketed him beautifully. Seeing the Guillermo Cordova of a year ago, who was all city number 21 for Franklin. Bobadilla keeps it. Lunges forward for maybe 1. Navarrete was in there again to trip him up.
Navarrete, watch him fill the hole here. Bobadilla. Nice job. Get something of him. First guy, try to get him off balance and get him down. Navarrete, nice job by him.
Navarrete gives you terrific effort. Sure tackling. 2nd down and 9. That short passing game, and that didn't fool Reseda, didn't fool their defense at all. Leo Perales, another player who's terrific on both sides of the ball.
This is how you got to play David Tejas. Perales, get up on him and get to him fast and wrap him up. That's going to be a difficult task to do the entire game, but so far so good for the Regents on defense.
3rd down and 11. They've been behind the chains more than they wanted in this first half. Bobadilla with the moving pocket for Cordova. No good. He trapped the ball. Incomplete. He ran the pattern far enough to get the first down, but the throw was just too low to the ground.
It was very low to the ground. You'd like to have this throw back. Take a couple more steps if you're Bobadilla. You don't take enough steps when you're sprinting out as a quarterback. That ball will come, it will dive on you, and it did that right there to Cordova.
Well, it's 4th down, and the adventures of Mario Bobadilla, the punter, come into play. He was forced to run the last time. Turned the ball over on downs after falling short of the first down, and the defense bailed them out. We do anticipate this time Mario will punt it. Jelani Ellison will have to chase it down back at the 12-yard line. Ellison to the 17. Championship of the Division III game. Reseda got the first 12. Franklin has answered. It's close late in the opening half. Regents by 12-7. 3:52 to play before halftime. Alonzo Ariello's team had a terrific year. Look at that. You add them all up, it's 11-2. There are 2 losses again to San Fernando. San Fernando went into the Division I playoffs and got knocked out by Garfield. And Silmar's another D1 team that went to the playoffs, losing 2 games to really good teams at a higher level on the road. That's all that separates Reseda from a perfect year. They take over at the 19-yard line. Quarterback draw. Martin takes it out to the 21-yard line. So Mike Martin, who had a couple series at wide receiver, back to his familiar role as the quarterback.
Well, he had a lot more success than Almara's had as of late. Offense, someone that had stalled under Almara, and I think that for Ariola, as the offensive coordinator, getting Mike Martin back in might bring a little bit more spice to your offense.
Well, you felt coming in when Martin was in there, they wouldn't throw it, but he did hit for the 50-yard touchdown pass in the first 2 minutes and 10 seconds to Jelani Ellison, and it was a thing of beauty. Flags coming out. Delay of game. And with the change of quarterbacks, we're seeing that. Second time that's happened.
Yeah, 2 delay of games the last 2 series for Reseda on offense, and that's really, it falls on your play caller as well as the player. It's kind of a mutual situation. Either one's not getting it in, or one's not hearing it, or one's not receiving it the way the head coach, the offensive coordinator, and Alonzo Ariola is sending it in. But you got to put a stop to that.
Second down and 12. Martin calling his own number again. Tries to go wide and can't. Franklin's defense showing some lateral speed. Mitchell Berry, the cornerback, number 3, very good in run support.
They really are in the containment for this defense. East and west, look how fast they run. Starting off with Cordova, wrapping them up, and the defense wrapping it up.
Third down and very long. Franklin looking to get the ball back in the final 2.5 minutes of the half. Martin for Ellison. They set up the screen, and he's cut down as he crosses the 20-yard line. He nearly broke that when he got a good block downfield from Louis Hernandez.
I like the play call, trying to get the screen to Ellison, but a great series of plays by this Franklin defense, getting the stop here.
And the Panthers, with 2:14 left, take the timeout, knowing they're going to get the ball back.
Hopefully get a short field for their offense, because when we've seen here in this first half, when they are operating the way they know how, running the football, throwing it, mixing some things up, some shot throws to David Tejas.
See the one
Very
loss
successful.
right there, October 14th in overtime at Lincoln. But they've won their last 5 in a row. They're playing very well. They've had a terrific season, have the Panthers. It's an experienced team. They were good last year, lost a lot of close games. They thought that this would be a turnaround breakthrough year, and they have been right on in that regard. It's a school that's won 4 city titles, 83, 87, and 89. And they also won one way back in the 20s. 1922, they won the Division I championship, Franklin. They won it all back in 1922. Well, Reseda to punt it away. Tejas with an opportunity at the 50-yard line. David Tejas. Tejas turning it upfield. Touchdown. David Tejas has done it again.
This is why he reminds me of a Christian McCaffrey at Stanford. Big play making ability in special teams as a punt returner. He catches this ball, he just makes everybody miss. But look at his vision, setting up his blocks and then outflanking him to the left side. And you're one-on-one with the punter. I'll take David Tejas every time.
So Jelani Ellison has 2 touchdowns. David Tejas has answered with 2 touchdowns. And like we said earlier, deuces are wild. 13-12 for Franklin with the point pending. Santiago's point after is blocked, and it remains 13-12. Well, that was beautiful by Tejas. Let's look at it again.
It really was. And then you just look at it here. Look at him. He just makes guys miss. And then the cut back there. Look at his elusiveness, his athleticism in the open field. And you saw this clip after clip on his huddle highlight. Just in passing game, running game, punt return game, kick return game. His ability to make people miss. Very impressive.
Talk to a lot of the coaches on campus at Franklin who have been there for years. They'll tell you in the last quarter of a century, David Tejas may be the best athlete to play sports at Franklin.
Can't argue with that from what I've seen and what he's been able to do this year for the Franklin Panthers.
Go to the sideline, get some water, take a breath.
Rehydrate and go back on the field, play some defense.
Exciting first half.
It's been something else. The extra point situation for Reseda. It's come into play here. They missed two. Could be 14-13 Reseda. Instead, it's 13-12 Franklin because of that. Every point counts in playoff football, let alone a championship game.
Well, Jelani Ellison strutting back deep. Santiago undoubtedly will try to kick it away from Ellison, although Perales is very good as well. They don't want any part of Ellison. That is a tribute to Jelani right there, kicking it out of bounds. Draws a flag, of course, and that's not good, but they'll take that dose of medicine rather than try to kick it to Ellison.
Well, I don't know. The penalty out of bounds moves that ball up, gives you great field position.
But
that's
I'm
twice
saying
today. Yeah,
I think they're giving it up because they don't want Ellison to touch
They don't
the
want
ball.
to touch it, but you also don't want to kick it out of bounds.
But it is a conscious choice to stay away from Jelani Ellison. Reseda takes over at the 35-yard line. There he is. Touchdowns of 50 and 53 yards in this first half. Flags come out. Al Moore is back in at quarterback. False start. Well, Narciso Diaz has to feel a little bit better about things. Team was down 12-0. They've rallied to take the lead. Bobadilla to Tejas for 29 and a score, and then the 50-yard punt return for a touchdown by David Tejas. Ellison on the fly sweep. Turns it upfield. Jelani Ellison with nice yardage.
Been a successful run play for them this afternoon. Jelani Ellison, the fly sweep. Gone for big gains today. East and west, but watch him get his foot in the ground and get north and south. Right when he sees that first crease, a window, if you will.
Got a great block from Andre Larini, the running back, to help him turn it upfield.
And Larini had a good big block the last time they ran that play as well.
Franklin takes its final time out of the half. Minute 44 to go in the half. Second down and 3. Well, Jelani Ellison has been the go-to guy. 2 marvelous touchdowns in this first half.
This is why they keep feeding him the ball. He's a playmaker. Look at this. Being able to catch the football and make something happen with it. And he's even being covered by the great David Tejas. And here you go, fly sweep the first one. Larini leading the way. He's just an exceptional athlete. Big-time player for Reseda. And he's been big time today.
Well, Ellison has been their go-to player. Remember, he's got the 15 interceptions. He's got 6 interceptions in the playoffs.
Out of those 15, he's got 6 returned for touchdowns. I mean, that's pretty impressive for what he's able to do on both sides of the ball.
6 interceptions in the playoffs, 3 return for scores in the tournament. should be good enough for a first down. First down out to the 46-yard line. They're in their hurry up. Almora over the middle. Into and out of the hands of Martin, who nearly made a fabulous catch.
Mike Martin wants this one back. He's just got to bring this thing in. Almora looking left, going right. Has the coverage that he wants. Looks the safety off. Mike Martin, throw it to him again. I think he'll bring that in. Just a lack of concentration on that play.
Mitchell Berry was draped all over him. Second down and 10. Neither team has a timeout remaining in the half. Three wides. And another flag comes out. Well, if there's an area of concern in this first half for Alonzo Ariola, he's not going to like the penalties.
No, he's not. Delay of games, false starts, drive killers. Puts you too far behind the chains. It makes it very difficult as a play caller. Offensive coordinator as well, Coach Ariola, running the football primarily, taking a few shot throws as we've seen. Makes it very difficult when your playbook doesn't really give you that opportunity to throw the football the way you want to.
Second and 15. Another flag comes down. Almaro ran the football. He's not the runner Mike Martin is. Again, the flag came out. And now they're going to wave the flag off. Craig Becker said, we had enough fouls in this first half. Too many penalties.
Yeah, we got to wave that one. Yeah, exactly.
But the clock is running. There's a loss of one on the run by Zach Almora, the senior. Second and 16. Let's see if they go up top or if they're content to go into the locker room down by one. They have good field position. So Almaro's back to throw. Throws that one out of bounds. Mike Martin was the intended receiver. It'll be fourth down.
Yeah, Justice Kennard. Outside linebacker in his 3-4. He comes, he beats his man. Surprised it wasn't a holding call there. Jersey was tugged, but put Almora in a situation where couldn't make the throw down the field.
The kicker coming in, that gives Tejas an opportunity to return the punt. Now, if I'm Sandoval, under no circumstances do I kick it to David
This
Tejas.
is where you want to kick it out of bounds on a punt because there'll be no flag for doing that.
And he kicked it to him. Here's Tejas. Out to the 33-yard line, but that's gambling. That is really gambling.
Don't know what you're thinking there, trying to kick it to David Tejas, who's already taken a punt return back on you this afternoon. But this is where Reseda's defense now has got to really flip the script. They've got to step up. They've got to get back to getting pressure on Bobadilla in this offense of Franklin.
Final half minute. First half, first two touchdowns went to Reseda. The next two scores to Franklin. Panthers by one. With their offense, they never seem to settle. And Bobadilla taking to the air, to the sideline for Cordova, and it's broken up. Nice job by Tungawai.
Tungawai, Hanalei, brother of Prophet, breaks on the ball, simultaneously hits Cordova, knocks it down. Nice coverage by the young man.
But it shows you the mentality of the offense and the belief of Franklin. Throw the football. They don't have any timeouts left. Ball's outside the 30. They're still going to air it out with just a half a minute to play. Now it looks like they're in a formation where they'll take a knee and go to the locker room with a 1-point lead. And Bobadilla does just that. Well, the Stars were great in the first half. Jelani Ellison, touchdown catch and run of 50 yards. Fly sweep of 53 yards for a score. Then David Tejas said, hey, wait a minute. There's another 2 on the field. He catches a 29-yard touchdown on 3rd and 29. And then he returns a punt for 50 yards and a score. The kicking game suspect for Reseda on the extra points. Franklin has made 1 PAT, and that's the difference, 13-12. What a first half. Our Division III city champion. Who's going to win it? Second half will determine it. It's number 1 against number 2, and there is little to separate these squads. Franklin coming back for the second half with a 1-point lead. Remember, they were down 12-0 in this contest. Reseda got the early jump. The number 2 seeded Regents from the San Fernando Valley. Franklin hasn't won a title since 1989. They won 3 in the 80s for Armando Gonzalez, their head coach. They did reach the city final in 2008 and lost to Arleta. And ironically, the quarterback of Franklin that year was Adrian Diaz. His brother is Narciso Diaz, the head coach currently.
Yeah, it's a family affair for both teams, if you will. Pretty impressed by these former players coming back to coach for their programs. I mean, it's something else. I mean, in my opinion, I mean, you got to love it. You know, it's a family affair. They like coming back to their programs, like impacting the community and teaching the game that they love.
Your thoughts on Mario Bobadilla, what you liked about him in the first half?
I like the way he was able to keep his eyes down the field, keep his feet moving, and continue to extend plays under duress. That was the one thing I liked about him, and he able to get rid of the ball if it wasn't going to be where he wanted to throw it. So I like the way he continues. If he can continue to do that here in the second half, I think Franklin's going to be doing very well offensively for Franklin.
And the Panthers will get the football first. Sandoval has it teed up at the 40-yard line. Right out of the gate, we'll see if they kick it to number 2 again. David Tejas, he's back there with Leo Santiago. Sandoval to advance on the football. And the third quarter of this Division III City Championship is underway. And they kick it to Tejas. No fear of David Tejas. He's to the 31. They're confident in their kick team to get down there and cover Tejas.
Yeah, well, you better be, because we already see what he can do when he gets the ball in his hands in the return game. But expect him to get a little bit more involved here offensively for Franklin. Had that big play down in the red zone for a touchdown. We haven't seen him carry the ball that much, or in the screen game. He's very effective in those categories as well.
Bobadilla in the very comfortable shotgun. And he's throwing on first down. Tejas gets away. David Tejas. There he goes. David Tejas. Touchdown. Three touchdowns for Tejas. And Franklin strikes with a big play to begin the third quarter.
And they do it just by look at this play action. It's a long handoff. Just a little bubble to him. Makes it one guy miss, spins out. That spin move, he's got that thing down. He did that earlier in the first half. And look at the speed in the open field by David Tejas. 5'8", 150 pounds. And he kicks it in the high gear with the big touchdown for Franklin here, right out the gate in the third quarter.
William Zuniga was trying his best to catch him, but you're not going to catch David Tejas. This is a high-powered Franklin offense. Santiago hit that point after very well. The lead is 8. And David Tejas, number 2, doesn't have to try harder. He gets the job done.
It's just so naturally God-given ability. Look at that. Missed tackle by Mike Martin. Got to make the tackle of David Tejas when you have the chance. If you don't, this is the result of what happens He's the real deal.
Well, you compared him to Christian McCaffrey. He piles up those kind of yards.
He does, and he does it on offense. I'm sure if Christian McCaffrey played defense for Stanford, he'd be just as productive. But this is really reminds me. I hate to compare players, but gosh, you watch his tape, you watch what he's doing today, and that's the first person that comes to mind watching him do what he does so well.
Touchdowns of 29, 50, and 69. And now he gets
keep him hydrated.
to cool off.
He's going to need it. His work is not done yet.
Well, it's still a one-score game. And Jelani Ellison back on the field, but they're going to kick it to Leo Perales. And Perales with a nice return. Out across the 35-yard line. Tackled by Leo Santiago.
That's a good way to answer back. Get your offense some good field position here. Now, who's coming out? Amaro or Mike Martin? Looks like Mike Martin's come back out. They've had, I think, in my opinion, the first half more success with him at the quarterback position.
Well, certainly he gives you that running threat. Martin, a 6-foot, 185-pound junior. Had an interception in the first half and nearly scored. Martin calling his own number. And Martin threading through the middle. Nice gain. Pickup of 8 or 9 yards.
They fake the fly sweep to Jelani Ellison, which has been successful for them, and then right up the middle for Mike Martin, the heart of this Franklin defense. On the ground, doing what he does best with his legs. It's really why he is in the game. Ariola really loves what he's able to do with his legs on the ground.
On second down, Martin breaking into the secondary, bolting into Franklin territory with another first down.
You just continue to run it until they stop it. Once again, it's the same exact play. Defensive linemen for Franklin just not getting off their blocks. Give credit to the offensive line for Reseda, getting their blocks to allow the room for Mike Martin.
Eric Nolasco, outstanding outside linebacker, second team All-City last year, is the injured player. Guy that came in with 115 tackles. We're going to step out. Hopefully Eric will be okay. Reseda has a first down. They've moved into Franklin territory. Early Tejas touchdown here in the third quarter. Franklin by 8. Eric Nolasco, good news, walked off under his own power. Hopefully he will return for the Panthers. Outstanding player. Bryant Flores, a reserve linebacker, has replaced him, number 23. First down, Reseda. Line of scrimmage, the Franklin 47. Leo Perales, and there wasn't much there.
Justice Kennard, outside linebacker, highly active today. Whether applying pressure in the passing game or being stout in the run game today, he's been outstanding for this Franklin defense off that edge.
And he nearly had a touchdown in the first half. A ball was thrown at him, and he nearly picked it off and scored. Just let it go through his fingertips. Second down and 11. 2 minutes into the third quarter. The Panthers already with a touchdown from David Tejas. Martin is running. Still going. Boy, he's tough to bring down, isn't it? Gotta love the effort of the quarterback, Mike Martin.
Austin Mejia, just watching the big boy. He's holding guys up, maintain his gap integrity, and that makes it very hard for an offensive line when you got stout run stopping ability of these defensive linemen. Mejia, these big boys getting the job done up front for this Franklin defense.
Third down, Regents need 7 yards. Ellison on that jet sweep. Wiggled away from one, picked up maybe 1 yard, and it's going to be fourth down. Franklin did a nice job of hemming him in on the sideline.
Yeah, containing him. That's the best way you can do it. And look how fast they're moving side on his sideline. That's what you have to do when he's been so successful with this play this afternoon. Getting him going east and west, forcing him out. They ran that play to the boundary there. Not much real estate left for him to force a punting situation. Nice job here by the Franklin defense.
Penalty flag. Well, they showed us the fake punt, but the flag came out. This penalty, a legal substitution on Franklin. That'll make it 4th and 1. You take the punter off the field, and you're going to go for it.
4 down territory now. I mean, Mike Martin's in. Quarterback position. Looks to me like they're going to go for this.
Well, the ball's down to the 38-yard line. No reason to punt it. You're out of field goal range. You're down 1. You see Franklin come out and get a quick touchdown. Now you're 8 down. Why not go for it? And they run it straight ahead. Gonna be close. Looked like there was pretty good forward progress. First down.
No question about
Perales
that.
running hard.
Yeah, Perales getting downhill right now. You even got guys that unblocked for Franklin's defense. Ishmael Rodriguez comes scout free. Perales was able to still get the forward progress and get a new set of downs for his offense.
Let's jot down that illegal substitution call because that gave him an opportunity to pick it up on 4th down. Well, here's Reseda down 8. We just saw Franklin get a 69-yard score from Tejas. They're coming down the field. Ellison is free again. Jelani Ellison, his 3rd touchdown. Tejas and Ellison are putting on a clinic.
And that's the thing about this offense is they're going to run the same plays over and over again. One time you're going to get them, the next time it's the same play going the other way. This time is to the field, just missed tackles. It'll lull you to sleep defensively, but you can't let Ellison run free like he's been running with on that play today.
That is huge for Reseda. Remember, we had seen Franklin score the last 20 points of this game. We just saw Franklin get the big touchdown from Tejas. That's a huge answer.
And the penalty hurts Franklin, obviously, gives him a 4th and short. They go for it, Reseda does, they convert, and it sets up the big score by Ellison.
Looking for 2 and the tie. Perales is going to get stalled. It's going to remain 2018. Austin Mejia.
Cardoza. Mejia. Rodriguez.
The big guys.
Hey.
How about that touchdown from Ellison? Another
something
jet
else.
sweep.
It's unbelievable. It just puzzles me. But look at the blocking up front by the players on the perimeter. And he gets an open field. It's off to the races. You're not going to catch him. And you just have to know, as defensive coordinator, Jose Aguilar for Franklin, you know that play's coming.
You know, you said it in the first half, and I think it bears repeating. Points are at a premium here, and they're magnified in championship games. Now, we just had each team score a touchdown, but it's +1 for the Panthers. They made their PAT, and Reseda failed on the 2-point conversion.
Yeah, and those 2 failed extra points as well early in the game. It's now being a factor in the 3rd quarter.
Sandoval kicking off. Hitting it over the head of Santiago. That's a live football. He's got to pick it up. So here comes Leo. Leo Santiago. There is a flag down as he races out across the 20-yard line.
That could have been really bad and be able to pick it up and turn into something good pending the penalty here.
Well, in the return game, you can imagine it was an illegal block. Perhaps a hold. Yep. Chop block again. Well, David Tejas has had a good day. He's got 3 touchdowns, just like number 2, Jelani Ellison. What a day for Tejas.
Oh, yeah. I mean, right here in the air. Slant corner. Known as a sluggo. And then a punt return. This is a guy in the return game. He's been something else today. Here he is, just a little bubble perimeter throw to him. Makes everybody miss in front of him. And you see the speed in the open field as well for him. Ellison, Tejas, unbelievable today.
Right up the middle. And Hurtado with a huge gain. That's the best run from scrimmage by a running back for Franklin today.
And we haven't seen Hurtado carry the ball for a while now, but right up the middle. Where is the linebackers of this defense for Reseda? They were not there, not doing their job, and Hurtado takes advantage of it.
Terrific Division III championship game. Franklin by 20 to 18. We're under 8 minutes to play, 3rd quarter. Bobadilla to the air. That was a broken play. Solis had broken off his pattern, and Ellison nearly had another interception.
And DeMarco Altieri, number 5, defensive end, right in the face of Bobadilla. I think he put the pressure on, allowed Bobadilla to misfire that football. Threw the timing off between the receiver and the quarterback.
You know, we walked into the stadium about the same time DeMarco Altieri came in, and he is an imposing-looking guy.
And he wanted to make sure we knew that he was 6'3", 180 pounds. He made that well known.
Yeah, I am 6'3". 2nd down and 10. Throw to the side to Tejas, and he's buried. That's how you tackle. It's a great hit by Perales.
It was Perales or it's Perales. Nice job by Perales. Coming up, he's done that a few times. It's just you got to continue to pile those on one another time and time again.
Hurtado is open. You know, Cordova's good too. Yeah, Cordova made that one. Hurtado was open, but so was Cordova, and he threw it to Cordova. And Cordova is money.
He is. He's money at the cornerback position too, making plays there as well. But watch this bullet thrown by Bobadilla. Get to the landmark, get the 1st down, move the chains, keep this drive alive for Franklin.
Guerrero Cordova is a guy who was slowed by a high ankle sprain this year, still only about 80 or 90%. But he's better than most at 80 or 90% at this level. This is Hurtado, head down for a couple. Martin Hurtado runs low to the ground, just a punishing back.
Really strong between the tackles. That time though, defense. Kevin Navarrete making a nice play on the tackle on Hurtado.
Not a good throw by Bobadilla. Had Tejas in the flat and missed him. That's one that Mario would like to have back.
Yeah, off his back foot. That tends to happen. Ball will nosedive on you. When you're sprinting out, you want to take as many steps as you can, kind of relax your body. Allows you to throw the ball the way you want to. You're trying to throw the ball out on the perimeter like he was trying to do right there. You got to step into the throw to allow the receiver to get the ball.
3rd down and 7. Where are you going with it, Cordova? Tejas. Got Solis and Santiago. They're all out there.
Tejas.
You like Tejas? We'll see. Cordova was the target. Good coverage, though, from William Zuniga. And it's punting time for the Panthers.
He was looking at Tejas real quick, but he was covered well. Then he tries to go to Cordova, and the ball's off the mark. Bobadilla is the punter here. And being in shotgun at the quarterback depth, he might want to move himself back because we saw him already in a situation where I thought he was too close and he had to run the ball. Someone thought it was a fake, but it wasn't.
Boy, it is a thrill a minute when he's back there to punt. Because he doesn't punt it. Mike just talked about it from very far from the center. And he is going to throw on 4th down to Tejas, and it's a 1st down. So that's what you have, that element in the backfield when he's punting. He can throw the football.
Yeah, Coach Diaz is the offensive coordinator. He probably wanted to punt it, then saw what the defense was in for the Regents, and he said, you know what, let's throw this to Tejas and convert. Just a simple out route by Tejas. The ball had to be put right where it needed to be. Bobadilla does that. Tejas catches it and advances for a first down.
Well, think about it. He is a 60% passer, so their odds are in your favor.
And throwing it from the far hash as well, as he was doing.
Now we have that player down. Of course, please stay with us for the CIF LA City Section Division II City Championship. Second-seeded Romans of Los Angeles against the top-ranked undefeated Hawks of Hawkins High School. That game is set to kick at 3 o'clock here on Spectrum Community. Of course, we have the D1 game late tonight, 7 o'clock. Narbonne undefeated, 26-game winning streak. Dorsey's won 6 in a row as they come in. The Dons from the Coliseum League, that'll be tonight. Narbonne's the favorite, but Dorsey's playing very, very well. Still attending to the injured player for the Panthers. Panthers leading by 2. We're going to step out. 6:28 to play. Third quarter. Franklin clinging to a 2-point lead in this championship game. Well, David Tejas cramped up. He's okay. Panthers have a 1st and 10. Bobadilla out of the gun with that quick release. Is deflected. Fell about 5 feet in front of Guillermo Cordova.
Ariel Mejia on the pressure.
There's Tejas. Still not ready to go back in there.
It was good to see him able to get up under his own power, though. It's a good sign.
All they need him. He scored all their touchdowns. Bobadilla again to the air to Cordova. He gives up ground and they throw him to the ground hard. Perales, Leo Perales, number 22 of Reseda.
Yes,
is a hard-nosed player.
He really is. And Cordova right here, catch this ball, get up the field. Even though you got 2 defenders there, cut your losses, get what you can, don't lose ground.
Third down play, throw over the middle is incomplete. One Bobadilla looking for another. Some brotherly love, but he missed him. That's the younger brother, Alfred Bobadilla.
And he wants this throw back. He's got him wide open. If he hits him right there, the younger brother's getting his head in the goalpost. It was that open.
4th down, they're going for it again. Incomplete. And the ball's going to go over. Are you surprised? I know they had success to Tejas earlier, but that was 4th down and long.
Very surprised, but I thought that maybe we'd get a pooch out of Bobadilla as the punter. They go for it. They don't execute. And really, who is the next playmaker? And it was tipped at the line of scrimmage. That last play was unfortunate for Franklin, but a great job by Reseda's defense.
Well, the next playmaker is Jelani, and he's back out there, Jelani Ellison. 49-yard line. Reseda has the football in their territory. Looking to get the lead back. They led 6-0, then 12-0. 12-7. 13-12. Panthers took the lead. Panthers got another Tejas touchdown, and it was 20-12. And then Ellison scored his 3rd touchdown on a fly sweep. That's where we currently stand at 2018 for Franklin. Back and forth game. Jelani Ellison has been great today. Started with that 50-yard touchdown catch early in the game.
He has the ability to track the football. Going up top, Mike Martin. And the athleticism. This guy is just unbelievable as a player. And on the ground, in the air, on defense as well, making plays. But really, he's made his mark today on the offensive side of the ball. Fly sweep has been very successful for Reseda when it comes to Jelani Ellison carrying it. Franklin's defense knows it's coming, but they still run it, and he still gets touchdowns out of it.
Martin's in at quarterback, and he's alternated with Zach Almora today. And Martin's going up top. Did Ellison come down with this catch? I think he did. Jelani Ellison with a circus catch.
I'm thinking that ball was about to be intercepted, and oh no, he's throwing it to Jelani Ellison, and watch him go up top. Protection is solid up front for Mike Martin. Look at the leaping ability. Guy can jump the highest wins. But to track that football, that's twice today. We've seen him on a deep throw. Last one went for a touchdown. This one here, between two defenders.
Well, on the season, his catches average over 18 yards per reception. That'll go up after today. Having a scintillating afternoon in the sun in Torrance. First down at the 26. Deep pitch. And a good gain on first down for Perales. And late flags. Face mask on the defense.
Yeah, I think
Justice Kennard was the guilty party.
Yeah,
28.
he was, and saying face mask, and right here, no face mask, I think it's extracurricular. Right here, he rips the helmet off. Yeah, you can't do that.
Defense, half the distance to the goal. First down.
Too aggressive there.
Mendoza.
I say Mendoza.
Chance for Reseda. Excellent defense by the Panthers.
Mendoza getting some carries here. And then Perales. Now Perales is in, kind of changing it up. Running this football right now. Here it is, though, knocking on the door. And a chance for you to go ahead here.
Second down and goal. They'll run from the eye. Martin on the rollout. And throwing Perales is knocked down. Really no gain there.
Mitchell Berry, cornerback, comes on the corner cat blitz from the field. Mike Martin was able to get out of it. Still find a way to throw this football to Perales. Nice pursuit by Franklin's defense, though, and come up with a big stop. Cordova, really a special player on defense for Franklin.
He's good on offense. He's great on D. Third down. Regents need 9 for the touchdown. Timeout is taken by Reseda. You know, it's interesting. You know, if they don't convert here, they've had so much trouble with their kicking game. Do you trot Sandoval back out there and try for a 3 to take the lead?
That's a great question. I mean, I don't know. It's been a problem, obviously, with the 2 missed extra points in the very start of this game for Reseda, but I'm thinking Coach Ariella is going to try and punch this thing in.
Yeah, he wants touchdown.
Yeah, he wants
no
a
question
touchdown
about that.
You know, if he have to do, but makes you nervous though when you've had problems in your kicking game.
Next week, see who will advance to the CIF State Bowl Championships in Sacramento. Friday at 7:30, it's the Division I AA Championship live on Spectrum Sportsnet LA. Then on Saturday, we'll bring you the Division I-A Championship at 7:30 live on Spectrum Sportsnet. Check local listings. Please don't miss a snap. Well, this has been a hard-fought battle, back-and-forth game. Reseda looking for the lead. It's 3rd down and goal at the 9. Pressure, and the quarterback's going to get hit, and down he goes. Eric Nolasco, the linebacker, who was shaken up earlier with a huge play.
Yeah, this play action fake didn't fool anybody. They're coming. Jailbreak Eric Nolasco. Good to see him healthy again. That linebacker position. Getting a big sack for the Franklin defense. And Reseda's going to kick this ball.
Ivan Sandoval had a 25-yard field goal last week. This one's a little bit longer. 33-yarder. Kick is away. No good. Just missed it to the right. He had the distance. And Franklin is held. It remains Panthers 20.
I don't know what's more surprising.
Regent's
that he
18.
didn't go for it on 4th down, or that he actually tried to kick it. Just misses that right upright to the outside. Sandoval, been a tough day in the kicking game for the Regents. The 2 extra points missed, and then this field goal opportunity. Good thing is, though, you got Franklin deep in their own territory. Now your defense has got to apply the pressure.
David Tejas, who cramped up the last series of downs, is back in the offense for Franklin. Bobadilla starting from his 20-yard line. Taking to the air for Cordova. Has 6 yards to the 26. In the grasp of William Zuniga.
It's a tightly thrown football by Bobadilla, time and time again. When he's on the mark, he puts it right where it needs to be. Cordova, great two-way player today.
Boy, it's a great battle with number 1 against number 2 in this division, and it's lived up to its billing. Really a terrific game with both teams having their opportunities. Hurtado up the middle. Martin Hurtado to the 50-yard line. 1st down, Franklin.
Got to give credit to the big boys up front. Some of these guys are going both ways on the defensive line. Watch this hole open up. Double teams. That left side, the offensive line. Excellent job by them creating the space for Hurtado.
Dynamic offense of Franklin. Tough to slow them down. Bobadilla with the pump fake. Cordova's out there, and he just missed him. He had gotten behind the secondary, behind Mike Martin. And if there was a little bit more air under that one, that might have been a touchdown.
Yeah, they got to. This is a shot throw. Let's take a chance here. I like the matchup we got. Cordova beats his man. Martin doesn't get over there. That ball is put where it needs to be. That's a touchdown for Franklin.
2nd down and 10. Franklin 20, Reseda 18. Minute 59 to play, 3rd quarter. Another timeout taken, this one by Franklin. That's the Panthers' first of the 2nd half. Reseda has already used 2, and those are expensive timeouts.
Yeah, they are. In some cases, Coach Ariella had to use them because he wanted to know, trying to figure out what he wanted to do down here in the red zone. Kick it, continue to go for it. Got to have those timeouts, though.
2018, 2nd down and 10 for Franklin when we come back to El Camino College. To 18, Franklin by 2, and both teams, Mike, are using these timeouts. Some nervous energy, some mistakes in the way they're lining up.
Oh, it's a big-time game here. It's for the championship. Players are nervous, so are the coaches.
Trick play to Tejas. Tejas down the sideline. Finally bumped out at the 22-yard line. How about that? Swinging gate.
That's what that timeout was used for. Set that up. A little trickeration for Franklin. Another way of getting the ball into your playmaker's hands, David Tejas. Defense is not even paying attention. The offense is kind of rolling around, standing still. No, we're not. We're running a play here.
Hurtado is bounced right at the line of scrimmage.
I'm just surprised the defense is not even paying attention. But it's just a convoy for Franklin and Tejas. Right down the sideline, keeps his feet in bounds. Every offensive playbook has plays like that in it. Franklin take advantage of that one right there.
2nd down and 10. Bobadilla pressured. Helmet is off. Down he goes. Pressure from Uriel Mejia.
Yeah, here it is. It's right out the gate. It's Altieri. DeMarco Altieri, the helmet comes off. Play should be dead. Right there, but pressure wide away. Uriel Mejia finishes it off. A lot of helmets came off on that play.
And Bobadilla's on the sideline now with the helmet off. See who quarterbacks the team. Clock is winding down, inside of a minute to play in a wild 3rd quarter. It's 3rd down and very long. Looks like David Tejas will run the Wildcat. Why not? Tejas wants the football. Well, that was obvious as Zuniga was in the backfield and the ball wasn't snapped.
Hard count. Nice job by Coach Diaz, offensive coordinator, changing up the cadence. With David Tejas at the quarterback position. That'll help you out. Still 3rd and long for Franklin.
Takes the ball down to the 29. This is the exact spot where Tejas caught the touchdown from Bobadilla earlier in the game. Tejas remains in as the Wildcat quarterback, and we now have a whistle sounding and the play's blown dead. Mejia is going to come off the field. He asked to come off the field. Replaced by Joseph Plasencia. Tejas. He's dangerous down to the 20-yard line. Boy, he is fun to watch. Runs out of bounds.
You have to know where the ball is
10
going.
seconds left.
He's at the Wildcat position to quarterback. He's going to keep the ball here. Reseda defense got to understand. This is their playmaker. This is the guy who's going to score all the points for Franklin.
4th down and 8. They're going for it. Big defensive opportunity for Reseda to get Franklin off the field. Bobadilla back in to try to throw. He's hit. Down he goes. And Reseda has held. Perales got there.
Yeah, Perales has been outstanding today on defense. It's great job by Reseda's defense getting this stop against Franklin's offense on 4th down.
That's how the 3rd quarter ends, in a positive way for Reseda. They get the ball back. They're down by just 2 in this championship game in Torrance. Final 12 minutes. Reseda down by 2, has the ball at their 23-yard line. Regents looking for a drive that would reclaim the lead. And again, the flags are out. Penalties are hurting the Regents.
They really are.
Ball start.
This continued from the
Offense.
first half.
5-yard penalty remains. 1st down.
Take 10 steps forward, your defense getting the big stop, and then you take 3 steps back with another penalty. You need this drive right now, start of the 4th quarter.
This is your 14th game. You really shouldn't have this many fouls.
No, you should not. This is first week of the season, first couple weeks of the season, but not in the championship game.
1st and 15. Martin running. Breaking tackles and a fine effort out near the 25-yard line. Boy, Mike Martin runs it well.
Yeah, he does, and we've seen that play before. The fake to Ellison, and he's keeping it. Look at Ellison, look at Ellison. No, I have the ball. Missed tackle there in the hole, but Mike Martin been successful on that play this afternoon.
Picked up 7 yards. It's 2nd down and 8. And Martin's only a junior. Player to build around for Reseda next year. Martin again. Trying to get loose and can't. Beautiful job by the Panthers again defensively. Solis came up and read the run.
The big guys up front for Franklin, holding down their gaps, making it difficult for the offensive line for Reseda. Daniel Rodriguez, inside linebacker, scrapes off, makes a play. Cordova in there as well, but those big boys up front, outstanding. Some of them going both ways today.
3rd down and close to 9. And again, this is not the situation that Reseda likes. 3rd and long. Well, they've had success with the Ellison jet sweep. They fake that. Martin carries it, and down he goes. Buried right at the point of attack. Justice Kennard, who's had a huge game off the edge, made the hit.
Huge impact today. Watch the left side of your screen here. That's how you close. No one's blocking me. I'm coming now. Makes the tackle. He's been big all day long.
So fast is Kennard, just a junior defensive end. 4th down, the punting unit's out there. Sandoval kicking it to Tejas. Tejas on the run at the 45, reversing his field. Starts up field and gets 2 yards. It was only a 2-yard return, but it was exciting. I know you at home have to love watching number 2, Dave Tejas. He's pretty good, so is Ellison. The show continues when we come back to Torrance. Two Blue has been very good today. He's been true blue with 3 touchdowns. All the scores for Franklin. You would think in the final 10 minutes of the game, they need to find a way to get the ball to David Tejas.
Every play, any way you can. We saw him in the Wildcat quarterback position. Right now we see him in the slot. I imagine Bobadilla will be looking for him here.
And Bobadilla has thrown for better than 3,000 yards this season. And Mario over the middle. Solis. Oh, he found a crease in that zone down to the 35.
Sure did, and he missed this one the last series when they're heading in the red zone to his brother, but he hits it this time to Solis. Wide open. I'd like to see him keep his feet, get a little bit more out of that, but that's a nice game for Franklin.
You know, a lot of teams don't account for David Solis because of the other stars that are out there, those wide receivers, but he's made some big catches all year long. 9.5 minutes to play in this championship game. Panthers driving, leading by 2. Hurtado up the middle, and he's getting good yardage on 1st down. Martin Hurtado.
On the offensive line, center Stephen Gopar. He just took his man and just drove him out of the hole. Gave Hurtado a ton of room to run.
Panthers are going fast. Tempo is picked up. Bobadilla chased out of the pocket, throws it into the ground. Solis was there, so it's not intentionally grounding it, but Bobadilla just lived to see another play.
Altieri was there, lost contain. Bobadilla, I like to see him try to make that throw. You know, it may not be for a lot of yards. Better than killing it in the ground. Big 3rd down here for Franklin.
Well, Reseda got the necessary stops the last time when Franklin really could have put him in a deep hole. It's 3rd down here and 5. Reseda defense, see if they're up to the task again. Bobadilla for Cordova. Didn't hold on to the ball. Don't know that he was inbounds anyway, but he did not control it. It's fourth down.
Yeah, I don't know either, but he might have been distracted.
We have a roughing the passer, though.
Oh, on top of that, but yeah, I don't think he would have been in bounds based on what we see right here. He's kind of fading off to the sideline. Yeah, tough to call.
Well, they roughed up Bo Badia, so it's going to be a first down.
Doesn't matter anyway, right?
Reseda's penalties. Oh, those stinking penalties, Bobby Bowden used to say.
Penalties and kicking game today. Been a big problem for them.
Takes the ball down to the Reseda 15-yard line and a first down. Just under 9 minutes to play, and for Alonzo, those penalties are driving him nuts. Franklin looking for its 5th title in the school's history. Hurtado up the middle. Well, Martin Hurtado has given Franklin a nice running game in the second half.
He did early in the first half, too. They kind of went away from him. Now they're coming back to him with the success they're having. And he's really in sequence with his offensive line. They're really moving people around.
Panthers championships in 1922, 1983, 1987, and 1989. Second and 7. Bo Badia. Cordova, touchdown. We have a skinny post to Guillermo Cordova. And the Panthers open up a 26-18 lead.
Fifth touchdown of the season for Cordova, receiving the football. A slant route. Beats his man. Mike Martin, not quite sure the safety, what he's doing. He needs to come up and cut that play off. He doesn't. Touchdown, Franklin. Extra point to be added.
So the first touchdown for Franklin, other than David Tejas. Leo Santiago for the point after. And he bangs it through. And that makes it a 2-score game at 27-18. Bo Badia to Guillermo Cordova. Panthers build on their lead. Beautiful drive by the Franklin Panthers. Cordova caught the touchdown. They lead by 9. Big play after big play. That was a 12-yarder. Now it's up to Reseda. They're going to need 2 scores if they're going to pull out the game in the final 8 minutes and 12 seconds. So Franklin leading this Division III LA City Championship. Of course, the winner goes on to the regional. All the championship teams now have an opportunity to move on. Santiago kicking off. Leo Perales to return. Perales with a fine return on that sideline. And again, nice field position for the Regents.
Playing from behind when you're a team that runs the football. Mike Martin is your quarterback. What do you do here? Get the ball in the hands of Jelani Ellison. You can do that in the fly sweep. That's been one thing, a couple shot throws, but we're going to have to see some other things. They're bringing in Almora instead. Maybe that's because they got to throw this football being down.
Yeah, Zach's the senior, Martin's the junior. Zach's the thrower, Martin's the runner. You're down 9. We might see Reseda's aerial game. And Almora's taken to the air, and he nearly was intercepted. Solis was in front of that pass. Ellison was the target. But that was dangerously close to another Panther score.
He was. He jumped on that, Solis did. They saw that come from a mile away, trying to get that screen to Ellison.
So Franklin, #1 ranked. Trying to win the championship from the pole position. Never easy to do when you're the target all the way through the tournament. Second down and 10 for Reseda. The Regents are a very good team, 11-2 this year. Almora again throwing too high and incomplete. Wanted the tight end Mejia and he overshot him.
Well, he had Mejia wide open, but I don't think he was going to him. I think he was trying to get to Mike Martin.
He threw it between them.
Yeah, he did. I really don't think he saw. Look, he did not see Mejia open. He puts it on Mejia. That's a first down.
Third down and 10, and the Franklin Panther fans exhorting their defense on. Reseda's fan base looking for a big play on offense. 7:54 left in the game. The Regents need a conversion, down by 9 points. Timeout for the moment.
Prior to the snap, delay a game,
I think the
offense, 5-yard
flag
penalty,
came out, but it is
remains,
a delay of game.
third down.
No flags came out, but they're marching it off.
Another delay of game for Reseda. I mean, it's been a lot of those this afternoon for them.
How much is
And it
it?
just continues to put them back.
Mike, how much of it is because they're using 2 quarterbacks?
It could be. I think it definitely, that has a factor in it for why they're having so many penalties, specifically delay of games.
3rd and 15. Deep drop for Almora. Over the middle has Martin. Another flag. He's got the yardage. He's on his way. Martin battling, coming down the field. What a run by Mike Martin. 2 separate penalties as he goes in. Now we got to check the flags.
I think the second one's going to be a horse collar. Don't know what the first one's going to be.
How about the effort by Mike Martin?
Superior effort. What he's able to do on both sides of the ball today. Quarterback, wide receiver, playing safety for you. Leaving it all on the field today for his team.
Well, they're going to have to sort this out. .735 left in the game. Craig Becker will tell us.
There was only 1 foul on the play. Illegal block in the back on the offense. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul results in a first down.
The pass went beyond the line of scrimmage.
Almora going back. I think he's trying to get this ball underneath. He is to Martin. And Mejia tipped it. But look at the playmaking ability here and the missed tackles by Franklin. Mike Martin to keep this play alive. Now penalties bring it all the way back. Well, Reseda gets a big first down, or now third down, or first down. They just flipped it over.
Yeah, the penalty cost him a touchdown.
Yeah, cost a touchdown, though.
So it'll be at the 39. The good news for the Regents, they have the first down. They need to score, obviously. They're 2 possessions down here at 27-18. Ellison, and he's pitching it back to Perales. So the double reverse. And Perales lost the ball. Ball came out, but it's down on contact. No fumble. They roll him down at the 35-yard line.
Well, interested to see. He fumbles this and then recovers his own fumble. I think it ricochets. Double reverse to Perales. Almora trying to make a block, can't do it. Trips him up there. That's down by contact. That ball comes out as he hits the ground. Fortunate enough to recover if it was ruled a fumble, but
he was ruled down, as we so indicated.
Cramping up, it looks to me.
Yeah, we've had a lot of that today. Again, it's all because of the effort that these guys are expending.
And playing 2 ways, playing their hearts out both ways. Giving it all they can.
Yeah, these rosters not that deep. That's Leo Perales. And when you lose a player like that, you're losing obviously 2 players in one because he's great on both sides. Trying to stretch him out when he initially cramped up. So he'll get to the sideline. They'll try to get some liquid into him, and hopefully he can return.
They're going to need him back because the impact he makes carrying the football and then on defense at the defensive backfield position he plays. Huge impact today for his team.
2nd down and 6. Here's that fly sweep with Ellison, and it opens up for him. He gives some ground, still goes for a 1st down. Boy, he backtracked, but still had enough to get the 1st down.
The ability to make people miss between Tejas and Ellison and Martin. These skill players, look at this. I mean, we've seen this over and over again today. Making the 1st guy, 2nd guy, 3rd guy miss. Able to get the 1st down and get a new set of downs.
We get out of bounds and stop the clock with 6:58 to play. With Mike Carney, I'm Randy Rosenbaum. This is our LA City Division III championship game. Martin trying to wiggle free. Not a whole lot there. Could not get through the traffic. It'll be 2nd and long.
Tough sledding there on that play. Defensive line for Franklin, though, showing up time and time again. Very stout. And a successful play for Mike Martin.
The kicking game and penalties have really damaged Reseda. Missed a couple point afters, just missed a field goal just wide to the right on an earlier attempt. So many penalties. They could be leading here. Instead, they're down 9. Martin throwing. Ellison had it and dropped it. Ripped out of there by Daniel Solis. A near miss.
Excellent coverage by Solis. Shot throw up top to Ellison when you need it right now. He almost got it, but Solis continues to fight with him to get that ball out of his hands.
Pretty good throw, though, by Mike Martin. Putting it in a position where Jelani could catch it. 3rd down and 10. 6 minutes to play in this championship game. Timeout taken by the Panthers. That's their 2nd. They'll have 1 more remaining.
I think that's to give your defense a little bit of a breather more than anything.
I agree with you. Of course, the energy spent by all these players, they're giving it their all. You know, you can talk about the regionals and state finals, but these teams want to win the section title. That's what it's all about, winning the city crown.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And they're going to do everything they can to get that accomplished.
We have 2 more great games here at El Camino College. Division II game coming up at 3 o'clock will be number 1 ranked Hawkins in the E2, undefeated 13-0 against a very good LA team that's 10-3. LA's been in 3 straight city finals. They're 1-1 in the finals the last 2 years. Then the D1 matchup, Narbonne, the team in the section, going for 3 championships in the upper bracket in a row against a Dorsey team that is really coming on. That's later today. But right now, Reseda needs a TD. They're looking at 3rd and 10. Martin for Ellison. Is it intercepted? Yes, it is. Solis, who just batted away from Ellison, makes the interception, and a huge turnover for the Panthers.
Well, Solis has really turned on his game and covering one of the best players for Reseda. There's 3 guys in the vicinity running to it, 2 right there. 1 comes down with it. That time, Franklin's defensive backs get the better end, as Ellison earlier in the 2nd half had one himself. But great stop, great defensive effort by Franklin.
Well, the Panthers, couple first downs away from putting Reseda away. 1st and 10 at the 20. Hurtado for 2 yards, maybe 3. Ran into Uriel Mejia.
This is where you want to really run the ball, eat some clock, but also continue to convert.
And again, Reseda only has 1 timeout remaining.
So you want to force their hand.
Second down. Bobadilla to the air to Tejas. And he's running free again. David Tejas to the 48-yard line. And a first down. 26 yards for Tejas on a perfect throw from Mario Bobadilla.
Yeah, it's a great throw by Bobadilla. Just another out route. We saw it earlier where Tejas got hurt. This time he's able to get it and advance it. Whenever you need a big play, you need a new set of downs, Tejas is your man.
Oh, the Panthers in that wide open spread attack, they throw it 30, 40 times a game. And they are a treat to watch offensively, the way they spread it around. But the main man certainly is David Tejas, number 2. Got balls thrown behind the younger Bobadilla. The 2 brothers not on the same page so far.
0 for 2 in this game. Missed him on that inside slot.
And Alfred, the younger brother, the
Yasim.
freshman's going to say to his older brother, hey, bro, get me the ball. I'm open.
Yeah, missed him on the seam, wide open, and he missed him there. That'll be a nice dinner time conversation.
They'll laugh about it if they win, though. Second down, 10. Of course, the incompletion stops the clock. Hurtado up the middle. Breaks a tackle. He's into Reseda territory with a nice gain. It'll bring up 3rd and short.
Yeah, this run play's really hurt Reseda defensively. Just getting behind that big offensive line. And right now, in that ground and pound approach, trying to run the clock out, you're in control of this ball game. Continue to mix it up when you need to. Big 3rd down here for Franklin in the pass or the run. Going very well for them here on this series.
3rd down and 4, and you see that clock approaching 4 minutes left. That's all that separates Franklin from its 5th city title in the school's history. It's the 100th year of Franklin, their 100th anniversary. Here's Tejas. Nearly broke another one. He has a first down inside the 40. This is one spectacular player.
Phenomenal. How smart he is. Not just to catch this ball, but to stay in bounds. He knows right away, I got to stay in bounds. I'm not going to get out of bounds. I'm going to go down and continue to run this clock.
Came in with 52 catches this year. And oh, by the way, he's an excellent student, well above a 3-point average. Probably closer to 4. And he has been the face of the program, David Tejas, over the years. And they're inching closer to a city title. Hurtado hit at the point of attack. Nothing there. That closed in a hurry. Hurtado lost a couple. And the final timeout taken by Reseda with 3:16 left. A good time to take it.
That's all you have left to do. Gonna stop the momentum of Franklin's offense. That's operating very efficiently at a high level. I mean, really doing what they want to do. Hurtado, Tejas. The mixture is working.
Well, it started out so well for Reseda. 2 quick touchdowns of 50 and 53 yards by Jelani Ellison. They had a 12-0 lead. But Franklin held its composure, stayed in there. And that offense got rhythm, and David Tejas got going.
David Tejas did get going. Been phenomenal today.
Hats off, too, to Jelani Ellison, who's got 3 touchdowns, all 3 scores for Reseda.
but that's all there's been, and it hasn't been anybody else. Mike Martin's another guy that's been very productive, but between those two guys, there hasn't anybody else step up for Reseda. It's been hard, tough sledding for him.
Jelani, number 2, right there, has really been great. But Franklin's team has been strong, and so is David Tejas, cutting it inside. That's the first time they handed it off to him in a normal play from scrimmage.
It is the first time. That was been waiting all game long. Here it is, finally. Right at the 3-minute mark, less than the 4th quarter, though. Just nickname him Slash. Just put his slash by his name. Kick returner, punt returner, wide receiver, running back, quarterback. He does it all.
3rd down and 10, clock running, 2:40 to play. Reseda can't stop it. Franklin with another first down could run out the clock. Bobadilla has it in the flat. Good throw to Espana, but he's not going to get the necessary yardage. Zuniga with the stop, but the clock will continue to roll. Going to bring up a 4th down.
And take your time here.
By the time they snap it, there'll be about 1:45 left in the game. So you're right, Bobadilla will be very deliberate. Oh, what could have been for Reseda. Penalties have really hurt them today, and they're kicking it. Timeout taken by Franklin. That's their final timeout with 1:49 left. They didn't want to delay.
Don't want to lose yardage. Kick this down there and try to pin it down near that goal line. Give your defense a long field to defend.
Well, it's 4th and 5. No reason you would think to run it unless you get the ball to David Tejas.
And then anything can happen.
Then anything can happen, you're right. Of course, they know if they convert here, they run it out. Franklin, the #1 ranked team. Narciso Diaz in his 3rd year. So close to a title. He played for Franklin. He was an all-city quarterback. Played from '99 to 2002. His brother Adrian Diaz was the quarterback the last time they were in the championship. He was a coach on the staff as Adrian. When they lost to Arleta, Jeff Engelman's fine team. They lost that game at East LA College. But here today, Narciso Diaz is so close to a 13-1 record and a city title. 4th down and 5. On the 100th year for Franklin since it opened up. Bobadilla throws near sideline. It is caught by Solis. Looks like he's got enough yardage for the first down. That's a first down, and that should do it.
I think he does get there.
They just
Gets
now
the
realize
yard gain, first down, Franklin.
Yeah, it was close because the sticks were on the other side of the field.
Yeah.
But we had a pretty good
Solis.
angle there.
Easy pitch and catch by Bobadilla.
Kneel down time for Mario Bobadilla. A moment to cherish for Franklin. They don't have to snap it till just above a minute to play. Be another kneel down for Bobadilla. And we go inside of a minute. Franklin's 5th city title. 1922, 83, 87, and 89. With just 1 second on the play clock, he takes another kneel down. Bring up a 4th down. But they don't have to snap it anymore. Game's over. It's all over for Narciso Diaz and the Franklin Panthers. They celebrate. They are champions of Division III in the LA City section. Mike Carney. Reseda had its opportunities, but Franklin was the better football team in the end.
They did, and you mentioned it plenty of times. Missed opportunities, the penalties, and the field goal, the kicking game. That was a big problem for Reseda, but only getting the production from Ellison and sometimes Mike Martin, just not enough against this Franklin football team.
And how about David Tejas and Jelani Ellison, the 2 stars for each side, each scoring 3 touchdowns.
They lived up to the taking. You know, they lived up exactly to who we thought they are.
David Tejas was great. We want to congratulate Franklin for a 27-18 victory in the Division III City Championship. Again, 27-18, the 5th title overall for Franklin. Head to SpectrumCommunity.com for the trophy presentation, and then join us at 3 o'clock for Los Angeles against Hawkins in D2. For Mike Carney, I'm Randy Rosenblum. So long for now. Tejas and company are champions.